Well, let's go see what we got to get done. Golly, y'all. Look at this. It is 83 degrees right now. It's just a couple of days ago it was too cold to hang out outside. Your fingers would fall off. I did a little short this morning on our first little jonquils that were showing up. We're going to take a look at this. Look at that. They're popping out all over the place now. Golly. I absolutely love this time of year. Yeah. Everything's getting ready to bust open. Yeah. Something's moving around out there in the woods. Oh, it's my neighbor Lori. Never mind. Look at this, guys. Just filled it. This is a pretty big feeder. Just filled it a couple days ago. Making good work of it. I don't know. I didn't have that up high enough. Little bird just came in to say hi. I wanted to show y'all. If you thought I was kidding. Let me show you one of the projects we got to get done this year. We ran out of time last year. Well, we kind of got to get on this before the snakes come out. A couple more 80-degree days, and they'll be out. Cool. We have a gate to be able to keep our dogs closer to the house off of the back side of the property. Look at that. So there's one of our survey markers. See if you can see that up there in the distance. So that little, I don't know if you can see that little flag out there. That's one of the markers. And then it shoots off at an angle all the way out that way somewhere. But yeah, you see this big old heap right here? Let me show you this. Oh, look. Here's some more. They're happy. So, when I used to live down here, we knew that spring was coming because it seemed like every Valentine's Day, that's when the jonquils would start to bust open. That's what they call them here. And it was always so happy to see. They grow in the wild. They grow everywhere. And yeah, you'd be driving along and you'd see a big old field of them. Oh, happy day. Let's take a look at this. This project I was telling you that we have to tackle. It's the people who sold us the house. It was in the contract that they were supposed to have the house and the land cleared of any trash. Nope. Guys, that pile is it's taller than Joel, and he's 6 foot. Look at all this crap. I haven't picked through any of it, but I see that there's an old enamel sink back there that might be usable. And you can see right here, land starts sloping off pretty sharp back there. And that's where all the coyotes run, and that's where all the wild hogs run. So that's where I'm not gonna run right now. I don't smell anything funky out here, so I'm not too concerned about it. But yeah, so that fabulous pile of crap, that's all gotta go. It's in a clearing, and if we came out here with the brush hog and cleared it out around, make a good fire perimeter, we could burn most of that right there where it is. But there's also some really good scrap metal in there, and we have a friend who likes to do scrap metal. It helps him supplement his income, so we've told him he is more than welcome to it. The size of that tree. I don't know if this will do it justice, guys, but look at the size of that tree. Golly. That's ancient. It's also very dead. We're gonna have to do something about that. But if it falls, it's gonna fall kind of that direction. That direction. And we have some limbs down from the winter storms and whatnot. Here's some more of the trash heap that they left for us. Isn't that fabulous? But there's a lot of usable lumber in there, so we'll be able to use that. There's some other usable stuff too. There's an old screen door I can put on the garden. An old swing set. Yeah, there's some good timbers. There's good timbers out here. If we're smart, we're going to reuse those. We're not going to have to buy any additional materials for the new chicken coop. If we build smart. So we're going to go over here and we're going to see Millie. See what she's doing. She's a happy girl. Well, Gus, you're just a loudmouth. Hi, Miss Millie. Hi, Miss Millie. Gus, loudmouth. Sorry, guys, he gets excited. So, I'm dealing with a little issue today. Now, our bed is solid wood. And it's surprising how heavy that puppy is. Well, Farkle, he weighs in at 150 pounds. He got himself wedged under the bed. It took everything in me to get a corner lifted up with one hand. And with the other hand, I was trying to scoop blocks under it so I could gradually build it up, get it up high enough to get him out from underneath the bed. He was wedged in there good. Get a burner, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They're an intelligent breed, they said. Prove it. And if you look over here, each one of those crates is 3 square feet. And if you saw the brooder box build video that we did, you see that that's what we use for the brooder box. Which is all fine and good. We've got a lot of purposes in mind for those. Some of them are in better condition than others. And I'll tell you what, there is a happy feeling to being able to repurpose things that you have already on your homestead. You know, I might complain and gripe about the junk piles around here, but picking through there you find gold. You find a lot of usable materials. Materials that you'd be paying a pretty penny for now. The lumber ain't cheap. So we are homesteading on a budget. That means we use it up and then reuse it and use it some more. And anything we can repurpose, that's what we're going to do. Well, so Joel's been dragging these shipping containers home from where he works. They don't have any other use for them. So he says, yeah, I got a use for them. I'll tell you what, those are my raised beds. Now, Tara from White Rock, when she was here, we had every intention of sending a couple home with her and Jason. They left without them. Such is the thing. She told me how to raise potatoes in them. So this is one little girl who's going to go into potato farming. I don't do onions. Onions will kill me. They literally will. I love them, but I can't eat them. For some reason, God said, you can sniff them, but you can't have them. Okay. But garlic doesn't affect me that way. It's the weirdest thing. So, I don't know. So we're going to form an entire bed that will just be nothing but herbs. 3 square feet. Now back, I want to say it was August, maybe September. One of the YouTube channels that we follow had a giveaway. It so happened I tuned in for the giveaway. And I won a gardening book, the Square Foot Gardener. And I've been devouring that over the winter to learn how to make use of every square foot. Fabulous stuff. So I'm going to do all the normal staples. Okay. I'm going to raise my potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, okra. Did I say cucumbers? I'll say it again. Zucchini, butternut, watermelon, cantaloupe, because there's nothing better on a hot summer morning sitting outside in the shade and having breakfast. All the things that you grew in your garden. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Jan from Simply Jan Homestead, she is gifting us some elderberry cuttings. So I'm going to be growing elderberry. I'm a believer of elderberry. Y'all, when we got really sick a couple months ago, our friend Lori hooked us up with some elderberry. We have been taking it religiously. And yeah, that's some good stuff. If you don't have that in your prep pantry, get it. Get it. Get a good grade tonic. If you don't know how to make your own elixirs, pick some up at a health food store, but get a good quality. Make sure it's real and make sure it's made in the United States. Yeah, and other than that, yeah, we'll be pulling the RV out. Here's the RV. We're here. Can you see it over there? See way out there? It's way out there. No, that thing's a beast. It's 30 feet long. We're going to be pulling it out and getting it all ready to go. Our plan, as of now, is to get a campsite over at 10 Killer and go for the meetup so that we're there all weekend. And we're going to take the dogs with us. We're going to see how that goes. Anyway, it'll either be a hit or a miss. They do really well around other people. So I think they'll be all right. We're going to go over to 10 Killer for the YouTube meetup. We have a person that we trust. We have a couple people that we trust to keep an eye on things and come take care of our little goat girl. The chickens will be fine. Yeah, they're all set up. They'll be fine. I didn't think about that. We may not be able to do 10 Killer. We've got those hatchlings coming. Oh, that's okay. Anyway, we're going to go to one of the meetups with the trailer. I don't know. It'll be fine. 10 Killer's a 75-mile run for us, so either way, we're going to get there. I made the investment in all the peaches for the peach cobblers. These things are going to be ginormous. Don't know how many people we're feeding, but we're feeding a bunch. Now we've got all this wood out here, so that's pear trees still. I'll kind of zoom in on that. The pile out furthest out there, that's a burn pile. But you can see how we have all the different logs stacked in different sizes. For once, it doesn't happen very often. We're going to use our equipment, our supplies, and our materials to make a few things for us. That doesn't happen very often. We want to make a couple of bar stools. We're going to rip out a set of cabinets, uppers, over what will become the breakfast bar. It's the area between the kitchen and the coffee area. It's a perfect place for a breakfast bar. The bar is already there. We just have to take those cabinets out. So we're going to do that. Big thanks to Jason. He kind of fiddled around with it to show us exactly how to get that set down. There's always a big to-do list this time of year, right? And it's kind of like a challenge to see how much of that to-do list you actually get done. Gauntlet down. We're ready to go. This will be our first full year here. This will be our first year focusing on getting this a livable piece of property, a sustainable piece of property. We're not off-grid. No. But we have multiple resources for everything that we need. What the heck am I looking at? Oh, I'm just gorgeous. Don't y'all be jealous. Ugh. Anyway, we've got to get our garden in. The well is in great shape. The well is in good and functioning shape. The garden and an alternative heat source, those are our two biggies. I'm not going through another winter paying $400 for electricity a month. That's about what it was running. Yeah. Then we need to get up on the roof. It's a metal roof. Got to make sure that that's in tip-top shape. And we have no seepage going underneath the metal anywhere. The people who owned this place did not know what they were doing. We're having to fix everything they touched. Literally. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a cardinal singing. We have two ponds on the property. One is smaller. It's our little frogging pond. And below it is our big pond. There's a nice grassy walk area in between the two. And we see so many cool things out there. Yeah, that leads me to that. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine last night. She lives here locally. We were talking about the eclipse in early April. The little town that we live close to is pulling out all the stops. It's gonna be, and you know what? It's a good economic boost. So I get it. I'm all for it. There's a lot of little businesses down there that are really going to benefit from having an influx of people. But we live out in the middle of the woods to stay away from influxes of people. We don't like to be around a lot of people. There's the truth of it. Everybody else is thinking about, hey, where they're going to go to the eclipse party, where they're going to go for this, that, and the other. And people are already talking about making sure that you have enough groceries on hand to get through it. Folks, I'm telling you, if you don't have enough set aside in your pantry to last a week, you ain't doing it right. Well, we hope everybody stays safe. Personally, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be strapped up. In the middle of the day, when it goes to full-on night, everything in these woods is going to get confused. Mama needs meat in the freezer. I'm hoping for a young pig. But that's what I'm going to do for the eclipse. I'm going to get some meat. I'm going to take advantage of them being confused and running around and being all nilly-willy. Well, guys, that's what I have for now. Just taking a walk around, taking a look at stuff. It is positively gorgeous out here. Golly. Loving it. Loving it, loving it. But it's time for me to repot some tomatoes and get busy in the house. Doggone it. Hey, y'all keep that attitude of gratitude. Keep looking up. Say thank you. Be blessed. And we'll catch you on the flip. Bye.